Okay. Hola familia and welcome. Welcome to the live spiritual life coaching comadreando session. I'm really excited to be here today with all of you amazing people out there. So if you're seeing me for the first time, hola, my name is Comadre Cristal, and I'm an intuitive spiritual life coach, and I'm on a mission, and my mission is to help guide the familia on their own spiritual healing journeys. And I do that a lot by bringing in spirituality, bringing in my personal tools that have helped me live the authentic life that I'm now living. And and it's been a blessing. Um, Reminder that this is live on YouTube, but I also have a Zoom available for then afterwards we can always sit and chat. And before I always open it up a little bit before so we can chat together with a bunch of other like-minded individuals. And so we were chatting before I went live about just the blessings of life. And sometimes we forget about looking at those blessings. And so I'm coming to all of you today sitting with a tremendous amount of gratitude, a tremendous amount of gratitude for you, for my life, for all of the blessings in my life. But I really want to take a moment to express my gratitude for all of you amazing people and familia that are watching on YouTube. Either if you're here Zoom or if you're watching this live or if you're watching this afterwards in the recorded session. I'm just so thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for working on yourself. Thank you for showing up for yourself. And thank you for trusting me to be on this journey with you. Um, so thank you. A quick reminder, this is donation based. So again, I only do that so that way I can be accessible to everyone, regardless of their financial situation. So thank you so much for those of you who donate. Thank you so much for those of you who consider doing it. And thank you so much for those of you who don't. And that's okay. Like I am sending you all the fire and butterflies that all of you need to make your abundance multiply. Because yeah, we're here. We're here to help each other out in this journey. So, yeah, I'm going to do announcements afterwards because I just want to dive in and see. Quick reminder as well, the chat is open, both chats. So for those of you who are on my Zoom, you can put in the chat anytime you have a question. For those of you who are catching this live on the stream on YouTube, you can also put in the chat anything that you have questions about or something that's resonating. And for those of you who are catching this already recorded, you can always put something in the comment section and I will do my best to respond as soon as I can. Okay, I think we're done. That is all. Let's dive in. So let's get grounded first. As many of you have probably seen in previous sessions, I like to ground myself using the 3-3-3 method. When we inhale for 3 seconds, we hold for 3 seconds and release for 3 seconds. But I want you to do more than just that. I want you to imagine that when you inhale, you're breathing in love, light, positivity, anything and everything you want to hear, need to hear. Fire and butterflies is what I like to call it. And when you hold, imagine that all of that energy is traveling from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet to the tips of your fingers. And when you exhale, I want you to imagine that you're letting it all go. Release everything that's been holding you down, holding you back, what's no longer serving you. Let that shit go. And we'll do that 3 times. I will walk you through it. Eyes open, closed, doesn't matter. You do you. So whenever you're all ready, go ahead and take a deep breath in. Hold and release. Another deep breath in. Hold and release. Last one, make it count. Hold and release. Let it all go. Drop your shoulders. Mm. I keep seeing this light. For sure, many of you, if I'm seeing this light, this is absolutely telling me that many of you are looking for a light or looking or have found your light and you're like, yes, like I see the light, I see it. Um, yeah, keep going. Sometimes when we are in really dark places, when we are, I like to call them like low vibrational moments, we think that the darkness is going to swallow us. But here's the thing, without darkness, we can't see the light. And so right now, if for many of you in the familia, if you've been feeling like you've been in this dark place, if you've been feeling this anxiety and this depression and this like these feelings that are holding you, keeping you down, like the light is shining and we just got to look for that. And for many of you, I'm seeing that it's relationship building, it's connections, it's being able to pour. Oh my God, so funny. I literally was just talking about this before I went live with my familia who's on the Zoom about relationships. Like it's relationships go back and forth. Like you have to pour out, but you also have to accept the love that's being given back to you. And the majority of the time, oh, okay, spirit is encouraging me to call out some people, and that's okay. Let me call some of you out. Um, we're people pleasers. And when we have that severe, either whatever you want to call it, people pleasing, codependency, we we want to help everyone. We want to be, also like to call it Captain Save a Ho. We want to help everyone, protect everyone, take care of everyone, but at the cost of ourselves. And that's not healthy. Healing those patterns of codependency, healing those patterns of people pleasing does not mean that you have to sacrifice yourself to help others. It means that you can help others, but you help yourself first. So yes, that's why I say but and not and. The priority needs to always be yourself. The priority always needs to be you pouring into you. And then when you pour into you, others receive the overflow. And that's hard to do when, I mean, society stops us. That's hard to do when, I mean, honestly, me personally speaking, as a single mom, it is hard to do. It is extremely hard to pour into myself when I have two amazing, beautiful souls that are leeching the energy out of me. I mean, that's how it feels, everyone. If for those of you who are not parents, just trust. That's how it feels. But so that happens a lot. Um, and so when that happens of you, it's learning how to pour into yourself. There's a lot of conditioning that happens because we have to unlearn. First, we have to unlearn that that's not selfish. Wanting to put yourself first, wanting to take care of your happiness, wanting to put you first in any relationship is not a selfish act. It is important. It is vital. And yet when we think of that or we do that, for many of you, I'm being told that there's this reaction that happens of, oh, I can't do that, like that's what stops me from being a good person. Or it's funny because spirit's saying like it puts you in survivor mode, um aka your ego really comes out when you are in a situation where you have an option of doing something for yourself. For many of you, I hear that there's this constant battle. I hear that for many of you there's this battle of needing to, how do I put it? This battle of wanting to take care of you, but needing to feel that there's like everyone else. And that's no, it has to be the other way around. You need to take care of you. So then that way you can want to take care of others. But our survival mechanisms, again, me personally, I grew up in a violent household. I grew up having all these expectations put on me. It was extremely hard to learn how to pour into me. Because I had to challenge a lot of beliefs. I had to challenge the people that raised me. I had to challenge the society I was born into. I had to challenge the culture. Like there was just so many things, and it's not easy. It's not easy. And so for many of you, that's really what I'm seeing. It's like you're looking for your light, and and spirit's like, okay, but look, guess what? The light is inside of you. And it's so true because that's why for many of you who work with me often, and if you haven't, this is your first time seeing me, I I use a lot of fire for that reason. All of us have fire inside of us. We all have a fire inside of us. And life dims our fires at times. For many of us, life can sometimes extinguish that fire. And so, really, what I'm seeing here is we need to focus on transforming that. How do we reignite our flame? How do we reignite that light that many of you are looking for? And it starts with pouring inside of you. So it feels like this is the energy that many of you are probably feeling at this moment. Again, this is a timeless message. So if you're catching this any point in your life, trust, trust that you are here because you need to be here. Because we're ready. You are ready to transform. It's so funny. I'm hearing many of you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I get it. I've been there so many times in my life, and it's a constant. It's a constant. It's not and I think that was something else, Spirit is wanting me to share about healing, or about being the best version of yourself, or wanting to work on yourself, or wanting to be a better version of yourself. There's this part of us believing it's a one and done. Oh, once I do this, my life is going to be better. Once I do that, everything's going to be good. Once this happens, then it's like that. It's the mathematical formula that many of you think. If one plus one, well, that has to equal two. But guess what? The journey of one plus one equaling two is not as simple as one plus one. It could be 0 - 2 plus 4 divided by 3, add 5. Like it's that is life. It's not a simple 1, 2 together. Like we have to also include all of the other parts that life throws into us. And so I really am seeing like many of you are in this place of ready to transform, ready to change, ready to make some changes. Or again, you're seeing it, and I'm only here to conform it for to give you confirmation that yes, you're doing it. So, yeah, that's a lot of the energy I'm feeling with this session tonight. So, or today. So, yeah, let's see what's going to be the topic. What does my familia really need coaching on? What's coming up? What's happening? Why why okay, Spirit wants me to specify, why are many of you having a hard time pouring into yourself? Oh, that's a very heavy question, Spirit. So, okay, why is the familia having a hard time pouring into themselves? What's going on? How can I help? How can I be an assistance? How can I be of service today? Mm, okay, oh, yeah, we got some dark stuff happening. Not like that kind of dark, but you'll see what I'm saying. We got the Queen of Swords with the devil underneath the deck. This is tough. Let me start off with the devil, because this one, and that's what I meant by dark. And I didn't mean like dark, like negative, like it is negative dark, but it's dark as in many of you probably are feeling like there's a dark night of the soul opportunity. Many of you are feeling, like I said, oh, I keep feeling this exhaustion, like this, I'm sick and tired of this. Like, what the heck am I doing? Like, what do I need to do differently? What's going on? And that's the devil, because the devil really, the in the card, it's really telling me it's about looking deep. We gotta go within, we gotta go within, and call ourselves out. It's in a spiritual healing journey, it's important to learn how to love yourself. Absolutely. That's how you start to pour it into you. Here's the thing though. You got to learn to love all three parts of you. There's the good, there's the bad and there's the ugly. And for many of you, the devil, which is the ugly part of you, that's the stuff that's the hardest to heal. That's the hardest to love. That's the hardest to accept. And that's the part that everyone wants to change about ourselves. And that's the thing, like we can't change it. Like we have tools that can help us make work with the ugly in us, but it's never going to go away. So for example, spirit's telling me, use an example here. And perfect example. One of my ugliness, one of the ugly things about me is that I can be manipulative at times. I know how to manipulate. Like and it's not that it's a characteristic that I had to develop as a child because since I was a very young child, I learned that in order for me to get what I wanted, I had to manipulate people. I had to use people. That's not a great thing to say out loud. I'm like, yeah, I'm a manipulator. I know how to manipulate. But I'm at a place now where I love that about me because I am learning how to manipulate in a healthier way, not to manipulate other people, but honestly, it's to like manipulate myself because I have to relearn how to pour into me first. So perfect example of manipulation that I've used on myself. It's, recently the Lionsgate portal happened and I I've been manifesting some amazing things into my life and I had this conversation with some of the Comadre Bonfire members because I do have a membership. But anyways, and part of the manipulation is sometimes we have to manipulate our brains to convince ourselves because if we don't, it's it's like our I'm jumping ahead. Let me just tell you what I did, and that way I can explain. So I took a screenshot of my statements from my banking mobile app, and I manipulated the numbers so then that way I could put that into my subconscious of this is how much money I see in my bank account constantly. And and it's just slowly again, that's how you start to unlearn. That's how you start to change. But it was something that I've always been good at. Like I know how to convince people. So if I know how to convince people, why am I not convincing myself? So do you see how I'm saying like you can use that ugly parts of you for your benefit, but we got to learn how to do it in a healthy way. Because the devil's also talking about addiction, for many of you, there's addictions in your life. Look, addiction, my belief, take it or leave it. That's again, everyone's on their own journey. But addictions, I truly believe, are just the way that we have used something to cope, to give us that instant gratification. So for many of people, it's substance. For many people, it's money. For many people, it's sex. For many people, it's shopping. For many people, like myself, it's food. It's people pleasing and it's control. Like I'm addicted to control. I love having control of things. And how do I use those things to benefit me, to help me? And so it's a lot of learning and a lot of healing and really getting to the core of it of why do we use this coping mechanism to receive our instant gratification? And then it's looking from that. So I share all of this because with the Queen of Swords, really what I'm hearing here and what I want all of you to start seeing, in order for you to start pouring into you, you got to start stepping into your truth. You got to start being real. You got to start being real with yourself. You got to start being real with the people you love. You got to start being real with the people you don't like. I laugh because it's like, yeah, some of you also have to be real with the people you don't like. Because again, a lot of the times when we are not being authentic to ourselves, we're not being authentic to everyone else. And it starts within yourself. The Queen of Swords is really the throne of truth. Be your true self. Be your true self. Step into your power. Speak your truth. I'm hearing a lot of chakra. So again, not like don't be afraid to say something. And again, I know I'm saying all of this like easier said than done. but that's the route you can start taking in order to start pouring into yourself, setting those boundaries. That's another thing I'm hearing here with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is that court card that has those boundaries set. Like doesn't put up with anyone else's issues, because it's like, swords in the tarot is all about the like the logic, the thoughts, our thoughts that we have. And for many of us, our ego is really what gets us caught up. Like we get caught up in the thoughts, we get caught up in all these things. And the Queen of Swords is really telling you, like, no, like, how about we just set those boundaries with yourself first. And so then that way you can set boundaries with those outside of you. But many of you need to get into that place of speaking your truth. Just be your true authentic self. Um, in my healing journey, I've come across so many amazing mantras, so many amazing slogans, so many amazing little sayings. And there's one in particular right now that's really coming through for me with this, and that is, you are as sick as your secrets. That is so true. We as human beings are as sick as the secrets we keep. And it doesn't have to necessarily mean physically sick. For many people, it does manifest as physical ailment, but it really, just take a look at how these secrets that you have, how they have been manifesting in your life. These secrets that you hold internally, how are they manifesting in your relationships? How are they manifesting outside of you? Because we are truly as sick as our secrets. And I know once those secrets exposed, it is scary. It is terrifying, because there's this fears that we hold, but it's also very liberating. Very liberating. So I wanted to share that. Like, as we move forward in finding this light that we need to find, in pouring into ourselves, in loving ourselves, so then that way we can pour out to others and really I'm hearing, you want be the change you want to see in the world. In order to be the change that you want to see in the world, let it begin with me. That's another beautiful mantra that I love. Let it begin with me. If you want to see the change in the world, you got to be the change. Change doesn't happen outside of you. Change happens within you. And a lot of that is, many of you need to start stepping into your power, start stepping into your truth, start speaking up for yourself, start doing that. And a lot of that starts with those secrets, that that energy of those addictions, those things that are keeping you in these repeated cycles. And I know it's not easy, but once you do that, the those relationships will develop. Those relationship with yourself is going to develop even more, and then you're going to start attracting, because again, I truly believe we're all magnets and we all attract where we're at. And once you start really putting into you, your vibration rises, and that's the vibration you're going to attract. You attract higher vibration. So, yeah, that is what we're going to be working on today, or from now on. I want you all to start really looking at how you can speak your truth and how you can step into your power, how you can set boundaries. So let's ask Spirit about any tools that can help you, because again, everything I said, I know, easier said than done. So let's see, what can you use? What tools can you learn? Or what tools do you already have that you can lean on? What tools are there for my familia spirit? What are the tools? Hmm, okay. So we got the Four of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Cups underneath the deck. So this is really telling me that one of the tools that can really help, a few of the tools that can really help you in stepping into your power, stepping into your truth, is commitment. You got to be committed to yourself. So again, it's like okay, so I'm hearing that for many of you, it's learning to set boundaries. Actually, okay, Spirit's saying, no, like we got to get back to the basics. Many of you need to learn what boundaries are. Many of you need to start learning about boundaries, and then from there really work your way up to commitment. Look, I have a 10-week program, and in my 10-week program, I specifically talk about boundaries for a whole week. So I'm just saying it's there. Like there's opportunities out there for you to learn about boundaries if you've never heard about boundaries, or if you don't even know how to use boundaries or how to work with boundaries. But boundary setting is life changing. And so you need to first learn that. Because the thing is that many of you, there's this invitation from the universe to start having tunnel vision towards your goals. Like you got to put the blinders on. You cannot get sucked up in trying to help everyone or trying to solve everything or trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. Like you can't. Like you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, you cannot because you're tapped out. Many of you are tapped out. And I personally know that feeling as well. Again, this summer I was tapped out a lot of the times because of, my two beautiful souls. And yet, we got to find ways to pour into us. So I really do see like many of you have to start setting those boundaries because that's what the Four of Pentacles really is. It's about creating your arsenal and really being able to focus on what you have and really like create this tunnel vision for yourself. Commitment, committed to yourself every day. I'm hearing right now that many of you need to say it out loud more often. So every day tell yourself, today I am committed to me. I am committed to my mission. I am committed to my happiness. I am committed to what it is that I need and want. That's for you to reflect on. What is it that you are willing to be committed on, and what are you willing to commit? Are you willing to commit time? Are you willing to commit energy? Are you willing to commit finances? What are you willing to commit to make those changes that your body, that your soul is so desperately trying to get you to commit to? So commitment is the one tool that we need to start really focusing on. And then with the Page of Pentacles, also kind of really going on with commitment because the Page of Pentacles is the home of ideas, is that apprenticeship kind of mentality. So many of you also need to be in a place of learning how to use these tools, learning how to use these resources that are being sent your way, learning how to use, you know, I'm hearing spirituality. Like for many of you, especially if you're coming across this video and if you've made it this far and you're still here, spirituality is calling you. How have you learned how to harness your spirituality? Have you learned how to really tap into the Earth's energies, the energies of Earth, like the universal energies. Like it's magical. Once you really learn how to tap into your spirituality, it is a magical experience. And so I really do see this Page of Pentacles telling you, learn how to use these resources, learn how to use all of this. Be that student, but not necessarily a student of. It's so funny because it's like learn how to be a student of yourself. Like learn who you are. Learn how, yeah, who are you? And then that's when things will start to get easier because then that's how you can start speaking your truth. Because many of you, especially because if it's the Queen of Swords as the challenge and the Page of Pentacles as a tool, it's like we gotta learn the basics. How can you step into your power if you don't even know what your power is? How can you be your true authentic self if you don't even know who you are? And that is part of the discovery. And many of you need to go through these discoveries. Who are you? At the core, who are you? What are the good things about you? What are the bad things about you? And what are the ugly things about you? And really be honest with yourself. That's how you start. And with the Five of Cups, all about loss underneath the deck. And that's the thing. You're going to grieve. You're going to grieve, and many of you, the grieving process can get you stuck, and that's why there hasn't been movement forward. Oh, I've grieved a lot in my life. Like I still continuously grieve, especially when I have to admit that there's this part of me that, is embarrassing or I don't want people to know. But that grief again, when we it's so interesting because this person is like focusing on the graves of the gravestones that have fallen. But look, there's three more standing tall right behind him. And so what that's telling me is when we are grieving the loss of something, when we're so focused on losing this identity that we think we had or we think we were, we're not seeing all the blessings and all of the true magic and true gifts that the universe has given us because of these identities, because of who we are. And so, okay, this is what it's interesting because this spirit wants me to share a little bit of a relationship loss because many of you there's someone some there's something going on with the relationship loss. When we lose a relationship or when a relationship ends, it leaves for it leaves a hole in our hearts. It leaves this feeling of like it's like someone just uprooted and left and gone away and whatever however the relationship ended. The thing is that when we grieve that, it's okay to grieve. It's okay to grieve that loss. However, we're not seeing that there's new opportunities that are coming. We're not seeing that there's other things that happen. And the question is better, how can you have learned from that to be the best version of yourself for the next relationship? You know, I had this conversation not too long ago with someone else about breakups, and they're saying, oh, we know we want closure. And it's like that, the breakup was the closure. You're not gonna get closure, like, that is the closure. What we need to be focusing on is, and I'm hearing right now, there's sometimes we want closure because we wanna know what we can do better next time or how we can fix it. There's nothing. That person was not for you. Like, everyone comes into your life for a reason and for a season, and when their season is done, their season is done. It hurts, of course it hurts, but how can we move forward to the next person, to be that person that the next person needs from us? Because again, that is how you keep going. All right, let me ask for the cheese man. What's the cheese man before we go into our little meditation to really help you with all of this? What's going on? What's the cheese man spirit? For those of you who don't speak Spanish, chisme is the gossip, but this is the good gossip. This is the gossip from God directly. So what's the chisme my familia needs today, spirit? What's the chisme? Mm. So the devil came back out with the Queen of Cups underneath the deck. I love that. I love that the Queen of Cups is underneath the deck because the devil, I know, wanting to heal. I know wanting to be a better version of yourself. I know wanting to do better. It's exhausting. It's draining. It's hard. And so for many of you, again, it's like we're going through these cycles and we're trying to unlearn and we're trying to learn something different and we're trying to figure this out. And it's exhausting, but keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up. If you already are on a spiritual healing journey, keep going. And if you're not on a spiritual healing journey, this is your invitation. This is your invitation. Look into spirituality. Look into finding ways to bring in your own individual and spirituality into your healing practices, into your healing journey, because it is beautiful. Because that's what the Queen of Cups underneath the deck is representing. Look, we started with the Queen of Swords and we're ending with the Queen of Cups, which is all telling me that's the throne of emotion. Because for many of you, we bottle up our feelings. You have bottled up so much of your traumas. You have bottled up so much of your pain. You have bottled up so much of your hurt. You have bottled up so much. No, it's okay to release, and it's okay to be in a place where you can live life and enjoy life without the guilt, without the shame, without the fear, without the anxiety. And, not to say that it's gonna go away, but it's almost like learning how to live with that. The Queen of Cups, it's so interesting because they are surrounded by water, and yet they're living their best life. Like, they don't have everything that they want. They don't have everything but they have everything that they need. That you need coffee, you got coffee. You need some energizing energy. The universe gets it to you. It's so funny because um it's an octopus. It's like an octopus giving them the coffee. So again, it's like whatever you need, the universe will give it to you. All you got to do is be in that place of acceptance and humble yourself and know that yes, it's been a long journey. You can't see it in this, but there's like you could see all the way going to the back little stones. So clearly this person has been hopping from one stone to the other, meaning like, we've been going and going and going. And it's yes, when are you going to make it to the end? I don't know. Life is not about the destination, it's about the journey. This person is enjoying their journey because they are trusting that they will find everything that they need. And all of that comes from your emotions, comes from your feelings. All of that comes from the love that you pour into you so that way you can pour onto others. It's all about those relationships. But in order for you to be the Queen of Cups, in order for you to really just know that you are worthy and know that you are amazing and know that life is going to give you everything that you truly deserve, you got to know who you are. We got to start with speaking your truth, speaking for yourself. And again, I know our addictions, I know our struggles, I know our low vibrational stuff. I know that those are struggles, and that's okay because one day at a time, that's all we got to do. But as long as we focus on our commitment to ourselves, as long as we focus on our goals, as long as we focus on what it is that we need to do to learn to take care of ourselves and set better boundaries, you'll get there. You will. You will get there. Okay, that was good. Let's dive in. Let's dive into a meditation. So for many of you who have seen or done my meditations with me, I'm a visual I do them visually. And I'm drawing a blank. What am I saying? Visually. So get comfortable. You can have your eyes open, closed. That's fine. There's no right or wrong to that. My goal is just to get you to really relax and using energy. So I will be using distance energy to really help unblock whatever's holding you down, and really bring in these new skills or new tools into your life. So you don't have to accept the energy. From this point, you can hop off, no problem. Again, this is your journey. I'm just here giving you the tools that help me because this helps me a lot. So yeah, let's dive in. Let's get comfortable. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes, get comfy. I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose, all the way in, hold, and release. Let it all go. Another deep breath in through your nose, all the way in, hold, and release. Drop your shoulders, relax your body. Let it all go. Another breath all the way in. Fill your lungs. Hold on top. Hold. And release. Let it all go. Just breathe in and out at your normal pace. If you have any thoughts, let them go. You're okay. Breathe in and out. I want you to imagine that in front of you is a beautiful bonfire. This is your inner bonfire. This is the fire that protects you, lights your path, gives you energy, gives you everything that you need. So there's no right or wrong to this. And we're going to connect to our bonfire using our 5 senses. So use your imagination, whatever works. I want you to just focus all of your awareness on what you see with your bonfire. What does it look like? What are the colors? I want you to now bring all your awareness into the smell. So go ahead and inhale deeply through your nose and imagine what would your fire smell like. Can you smell smoke? What do you smell? I want you to now bring your awareness to the taste. Just take a moment and imagine what your fire would taste like if it had a taste. Bring all your awareness to listening. Take a moment and listen to your fire. What do you hear? Now move your awareness to the touch. If you could feel and touch your fire, what would it feel like? What do you feel radiating from your fire? I also want to challenge you and check in on how does your fire make you feel internally? What emotion are you feeling in this moment? Breathe in and out. Just connect with your bonfire. If you have any thoughts, just let them go. I want you to imagine now that from this beautiful bonfire comes out your higher self, walking towards you. Your higher self is going to give you this butterfly, the most amazing, beautiful butterfly you've ever seen. And this butterfly is your connection to spirituality, your connection to God, your connection to source, your connection to whatever you feel you need your butterfly for. And I want you to take this butterfly and whatever feels right, if you want to hold it near your heart, want to put it in your pocket, whatever you feel like you want to do with your butterfly, this is the moment, and take your butterfly. I want you to ask yourself, who are you? Who am I? What is keeping me from being the best version of me? I want you to now imagine that from this beautiful butterfly, there seems to be this energy radiating and it's starting to circle you into a little cocoon. Starting from the top of your head, down your body, down your spine, down, all this energy just traveling all over, surrounding you, filling you up. If you have anything that you want to get rid of, or any secrets that you need to release, now's the time to give it to your butterfly. You can whisper it, you can say it out loud. Just give it to your butterfly. What are you afraid of? What are your fears? I am sending you energy, so just breathe in and out. Once you're done thinking, it's okay. Just release and breathe in and out. Give everything to your butterfly. If you have any heavy feelings in your heart, give them to your butterfly. Any worries, any anxieties, any doubts, give them to your butterfly. I want you to now imagine that your butterfly is flying from wherever you put it or have it, and it's flying back into the bonfire, taking with it everything that you just gave it, everything that you were asking for, everything that you were releasing, taking it back into the bonfire to burn it away. And your higher self gives you a big hug to fill you up with love, fill you up with commitment, fill you up with patience, fill you up with courage. Breathe in and out. If there's something that you need in particular, now's the time to ask your higher self for it. What do you need in this moment to overcome your obstacles, to overcome any addictions, to overcome any of those ugly parts that you feel are ugly? What do you need right now? And be open to receive from your higher self. Breathe in and out. I am sending you energy right now, so just relax. Any other thoughts, just let them go. Be in this moment. Accept all of this love. Breathe in and out. It is time for your higher self to go back into the bonfire. And as they go back, I want you to sit with gratitude. Sit with this feeling of knowing that all of your prayers are answered. Everything that you need is coming your way. Breathe in and out. Feel this love radiating around you. It's time to start putting your bonfire away. There's no right or wrong to this. You can come back to your bonfire anytime you want. It's always inside of you. I want you all to just slowly come back ready, go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose, all the way in. Hold and release. Let it all go. Start bringing awareness back into your body. If you have to move, stretch, go ahead. Open your eyes if you haven't done so already. And welcome back. All right. That was good. That was so good. This meditation came out a little different today. So, yeah, I'm excited for this for a lot of you. Um, so we are done. Go on. Go be your amazing self. Go be that person that I know you can be. Go be your true, authentic self. The more you pour into you, the more everything is going to start coming your way. It has to start with you. You want to see those changes in your life? You got to be that change. Be committed to yourself. Be committed to your journey. Be open to receive the messages that are being sent your way. And for many of you, really bring in spirituality, like really deepen that spirituality. Get to know who you are in a very spiritual level. Okay, that is all. If you want to stay on, I will be making some quick announcements. And then also friendly reminder that this is a Zoom and a YouTube streaming session. So for those of you who are on Zoom, to stay on, so then that way I can open it up for any questions or that you may have, so I can help you answer. I can help answer those questions for you. And for those of you who are on YouTube, thank you for being here. I am sending you all so much fire and butterflies. And as always, don't forget, love your now. Bye. Quick announcements before I stop the YouTube. So, announcements. Here we are. So today this recording is, or this session happened August 14th. So I do want everyone to know that we have a full moon workshop ritual happening on August 16th at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So come join the full moon. I love to use the full moon energy personally for my own releasing of whatever it is that I need to release and let go of, and asking the moon to help make that happen. So we do the workshop, but I also do a little ritual at the end with all of you. So then that way it really amplifies your own journey. So if you stay for the whole thing, you're going to see results. And then I have more sessions like these, Comadreando group sessions or spiritual life coaching group sessions. I have my next English one is on the 29th at 1 p.m. And then I do have them also in Spanish. And my next Spanish session is the 19th at 9 a.m. If you all just want to be updated, don't hesitate. Down below is my link to get my newsletters and to be updated. I also do offer one-on-one services, and I do have a 10-week program that really helps give you all these tools to start living a more authentic life. But again, so go check out my website. That's all there for you. Thank you for being here. And yes, this has been an amazing session, an amazing blessing. So with all of that, I am going to be ending the stream and open it up for my Zoom people. So thank you all for being here, and I will see you all next time. Okay, why am I not knowing?